All right, what's going on? It is some in the morning. That didn't work out very well. I know there's somewhere here. Again. All these updates and stuff. 11:52 in the afternoon. Close enough to afternoon. Oh, truck. I didn't realize P&G added a spot for the truck number. So that's why, okay. This is the heaviest P&G load that I've hauled yet. 25,469 pounds. Oh boy. So I updated the, actually haven't put anything up yet, but by the time you guys watch this, it'll all be up. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, check the description. I have links to a blank spreadsheet that I've been working on, that I'm using for my business, and I have one that is actually filled out for my business for you guys to review. That you can watch it over, see how I'm doing each month, see what I'm doing, where I've been, where I'm going, what kind of money I'm making. Stuff like that, basically to take over for the videos that I've done in the past about making what I'm making. The videos in the past of what I've made, whether it be for a certain month or a couple months. Right now I'm working on integrating fuel mileage into it, so that as of right now it is showing, that on each day that I got fuel. So it takes the money for that fuel out of that day's trip and deducts it and brings the fuel mileage rate all the way down and stuff. In the end, I'm going to get the same fuel mileage rate on the average side of it, but on the driver's side of it, we want to know, because the pay is what's being paid after fuel. Now, once I get company driver and stuff like that, this will be based on fuel surcharge. So the driver's not going to get, if they're getting paid percentage, they're not going to be getting a percentage of what the fuel surcharge is. They're going to be getting a percentage of the line haul. So whether fuel surcharge is being paid separately or in the gross rate, the fuel surcharge will always be broken out. Same thing for owner-operators. The owner-operator side of it, fuel surcharge will always be broken out, and they will get 100%. But unless the company drivers are paying, say they're making 30%, if they're making 30%, I'm not going to pay them unless the company driver is paying 30% of the fuel. I'm not going to give them 30% of the fuel surcharge, obviously. So I'm going to be breaking out fuel surcharge. But for this reason of configuring the data, I'm just going off of what we actually pay for fuel. So which one is better? Which one is paying the most? Not necessarily the most, because I plan on implementing all 4 pay structures. So if a driver is going to have set pays on each structure, so let's say salary is $1,000, hourly is $30, gross percentage is 30%, and then mileage is, say, 50 cents is what I used in the spreadsheet there. All of those pay structures will apply to every driver. Every driver will have their set structure depending on longevity with the company, longevity of their career, their experience level. That will all have a factor in what their rates are. But every driver will have all 4 rates. And I know a lot of people are going to think I'm nuts on that part, but my ultimate goal is to make sure the driver is making the most money that the driver can make. So whatever, all 4 of those structures will be considered every week. And whatever one pays more is the one that the driver gets. Mostly for the 3. The one, which is salary, again, say $1,000, has to be met by minimum standards. So it has qualifications to meet that salary rate. Otherwise, you get the best of the other 3. So if you run, for instance, if you run 300 miles on Monday, you get to your delivery, you're making your delivery, you go to start up the truck to take off after that, and the truck won't start. So now you're down, you're in the shop, whatever the mechanical problem is, it has nothing to do with anything. But you're down for the week. The shop's backed up, there's nothing you can do. You're now sitting in a hotel room. A lot of these companies, especially these major carriers, are sitting there paying their drivers $30 a day or $30 per 24-hour occurrence, or you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. That's where salary kicks in for me. So it's not your truck. It's not your fault that it broke down. There's nothing you can do. You can't take $30 home or go back to the mileage rate. Say you pulled the load, it was $600. You took 30% of the 600, which was 36, 12. It's $180. 30% of 600. So you can't sit there and take $180 home minus taxes and expect to feed your family off of that. That's idiotic. I've done it. I know a lot of us have done it. So why God would we ever consider doing something like that to our drivers? So that's where situations like that, or we ended up having a dedicated account that you just had a lot of downtime. You know what I mean? Just had a really bad week. You got stuck in some bad areas. There was no freight, whatever the case may be, and you ended up making only $800 after being your top 3. Your top 3 paid $800. You automatically get kicked up to your salary rate, $1,000, and that's basically how my pay plan is planning on paying out. I don't know if I can say that 10 times fast. Check this mountain out. I've taken several videos of the mountain. I think it's just gorgeous from the top up here. So that's the plan right now. We're going to I'm trying to get that all figured out. I should have it basically breaking down really good, down to how much fuel is being used each day, so that I can figure it off of that rate. Once I get a little more understanding of how the fuel surcharge works, I will reconvert it so that it's taking the fuel surcharge off of each mile, rather than taking all the fuel off the top. But that's, as of right now, for me, this is just an ideal version of what could happen, is what I'm writing up. The gross pay, the fuel pay, those pays are accurate. Those numbers are what's actually being made. The city to city, that is the actual places that I'm going. The mileage is the actual mileage. The only thing that's not actual in that breakdown is what I'm paying myself. I'm not breaking it down for myself. I'm breaking it down for how I could pay a driver. And honestly, that's more on the bottom side of the scale for what I plan on paying my drivers. Just nicked that curb. So, anyway, back to this load. We picked up here at Tunkhannock at P&G. We are going to Amazon in Falls River, Massachusetts. Unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I know I can't spend the night up there. I looked at doing a load for Convoy once before, and the only reason I didn't do it was because of its location. So, and on top of that, the only reason I did do it this time was for because of its delivery time. The last time was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and of course I didn't write the time down. I believe, if I remember off the top of my head right, I believe it's 9:30 tomorrow morning that I have to deliver. Something like that. So I can get up like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I can run it in, get it unloaded, and then loads are looking pretty scarce up there, so I'm probably gonna not necessarily head down to here, but I'm going to probably deadhead back to New York on 84 or somewhere in that area. For right now, I am stopping here in Tunkhannock at the Walmart and going to grab a little extra stuff for the refrigerator, a couple more freezer meals. See if people understand what stop means. And we'll get back in touch with you guys in a little bit. Alright, this load is done. I really do not know what I'm going to do now. There's nothing in this area to pick up, so I have basically two options. Either start heading back towards Pennsylvania or Jersey, where I can actually pick something up today. Actually, I think there's something in New Paltz, New York. I might try to pick up something over there. I gotta take a look and see if I can find something. But we just finished up the delivery here in Fall River, Massachusetts, at the Amazon Fulfillment Center, and it was pretty neat. They actually have this conveyor thing that it's like on a track on the floor. It'll move. It'll slide over dock to dock, and then it's a conveyor belt. Is all it is, but it'll extend all the way into the trailer, and that's how they pull all the packages off of the floor. So when I first walked in, it was in the first bay, and then when I went back in for my paperwork, it was in the next bay over, and I was like, that's pretty freaking cool. I asked the guy, I said, how'd they move that over there? Forklift? And that's when he told me it was on a little track system. So they just had to push a button to move it over. So first live unload at Amazon went pretty good. I don't think there's really anything I can say about it. And back into the dock. I've seen a lot of tandems weren't slid, like I guess they're supposed to be. Well, the sign in the front said that it was supposed to be when we first pulled in. So I slid the tandems. I opened the doors, slid the tandems, backed it into the dock, and then you have to drop the trailer and pull out from underneath it. They say about 6 feet. I pulled about 2 feet away. Pulled 6 feet away. I'm out in the middle of the parking lot. But anyway, I dropped it and brought the paperwork in. He said when the light turns green, just come back in for your paperwork. Went in, got the paperwork, came back out, hooked up the trailer, and pulled out. Just went back and opened up the door for the guy for checkout and took a quick look in, made sure it was empty, and that was it. And here we are. So I'm going to conclude this video here. And I'll let you guys know how we make out with our next load. These the videos are going to start slowing down a little bit more, just for the simple fact I don't really have anything. I mean, if I come up with new loads and stuff like that, or new places, I'll try to do a video on them, or I'll just try to, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'd like to knock out as many videos as I can and keep up with, daily videos, but there's really nothing to go over. So it's mostly just pick up and deliver, pick up and deliver. So maybe if we get something really cool, I'll video that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you when we see you.